Yo, it's the Land Bat Assassin. What's up? What's happening? And we are in the middle of the grossest mess I've seen in a long time. I thought I was here and it was clearly correct. Now, then we haven't started a broadcast until now is because the heat. The heat is not being friendly to the equipment, so because of that, we have barely started up again. But as we keep it real here, guys, I'll tell you, I have not caught a fish since the last time that you guys saw me. So, I've been exploring different areas, taking a stab at this so-called ledge fishing. I'm gonna tell you, it was not successful. Yo, what up, Jonathan? What's happening? Right now, we are in basically 6 feet of water. Six feet of water with scattered grass all around us. So we're just gonna fan cast this area. You guys should see the grass barely picking up. Let's hope that the GoPro can last. Let's hope that everything on here can last. This area is gross, bros. Like totally gross. So much eelgrass. Floating eelgrass. That it's extremely disheartening. We're in about 6 feet of water. The swamp people? Bro, right now I'd watch swamp people also. I have not caught a fish since the ones that you guys saw. I got a bite or two, but didn't cash in on them. So the frustration is real, but we are still out here because you gotta grind to learn. I tried a little bit of that ledge fishing and I was like, okay, I need to figure this out. But did it get figured out? No. We are now headed into an area with hydrilla just sporadically set up. So this is not a, oh yeah, this is where we should go and fish situation. This isn't a, oh, they'll be positioned here. This is a, all right, we're fan casting this area, covering some water, seeing if we will run into a fish. Not the way that we like to fish. But I am alive. The further I go into this area, the less I like it. So we're gonna have to figure something out, guys, because if it's gonna stay hot, I mean, right now it's not, but if it's gonna stay hot, well, we're gonna have to do something like split the day. Because we took the battery out of the GoPro in order to see if, okay, well, what if we just didn't leave the battery in there? Would it still do its thing? And it heated up either way. I mean, I don't blame it. It's freaking hot out here. It lasted to the feels like temperature of 95. And then it was like, okay, I can't do this anymore, bro. Do it on your own. And so I did. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going all the way in that. That in there is too much. Maybe I can find these little alleyways and work through them. Let's see if we can find them, but I kind of feel like the alleyways are far and few between. In this area, I would throw a jerk shad, but forgive me if I feel like, or I don't feel like changing baits. The water temperature up here, I don't know about right here, but up and around here is it's a lot hotter than over there, down by the dam. Okay, water temp is not gonna be available on this fish finder. I thought I saw it in like 80s. Yeah, the other thing was the current that I had to contend with. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna try and learn something while I gotta also fight this current. This area looks like somewhere that a big fish would lurk, but but not a bite. One of the fishing legends is out there just north of Siebold. Huh? Something out north of Siebold, bro. How do you know? You got trackers on all us fishermen? Yo, what up, Mike? All right. Gonna have to cruise around all these because you guys don't know the rod action where I gotta go around this grass and go through all these alleyways. I can see my bait the entire time. That's grass. See if we can't go through these little alleyways. Missed me, dog. Dude, my chatterbait kind of looks like that dog ghost from Nightmare Before Christmas. All he needs is a red nose and he would look exactly like him flying through here. Grass. That's all he needs. How much is Starlink? Oh, bro. I dare not speak of the cost of this setup. Those prices are readily available on Starlink's website, bro. We don't want to talk about finances. Pants are coming down. But I'll tell you what, Elon has held up. In the weather, he never, is that grass? It's grass. He never had a problem. I'm pretty sure he's got a fan in there. Trying to keep him cool. He does for sure have a heater. Because in the winter, it was all like, yo, bro, we will start providing you service when we warm up. So that was cool. There's definitely a lot of grass here. Let me, now that we've worked our way into this area that is predominantly grass, and we will not be able to really work this chatterbait, now we will try one of those rivets. Since we can't work this chatterbait through there. We worked our way into chaos, and now we try it. Or bro. Now, we're gonna see how we get a fish out of here because we are set up for 20-pound test. We're not set up for let's fight in the grass situation here. These guys take us into this hydrilla. It's gonna be a crapshoot. It's definitely gonna be a crapshoot as to whether we get our bait back or what. All right, those guys over there caught a fish. Yeah. So let's change this bait real quick. Let's get ourselves a straight hook. Let's see what size of hook fits on this frog. Maybe. Maybe. Now let's find these little dummies. I've never thrown one of these guys. I assume they are sort of like the rage toads, but I don't know. Mike was gonna fish today. Whoa. Where's it 51? Yo, best fishing, I can't make out what all those emojis were. I don't know if those emojis were excitement. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna see if we're gonna be what it's in this 12-pound test, because that's what we're set up with, and that's what we're gonna throw out there. I mean, in theory, we could be throwing straight braid, but I'm going to throw them on this. I didn't even see if this hook was the right size. Good enough. All right. Let's see how this little turd performs. Let's first rinse out our mouth. Hey. All right. Got some hydration. Let's get ourselves some action. Leaves wanting, but whatever. I would like to cast it a mile in there, but right now this fluorocarbon has a lot of, I think it's got a lot of memory. Let me loosen the brakes a little bit. Still short cast. What's going on here? Okay. Something ain't right. And now we're back. Yo, Woody, we have only 2 fish. We have a 4-pound, 6-ounce BBL that we caught earlier, and then a little dink, and then the GoPro went out. But as I keep it real, dog, when the GoPro went out, I only got 2 nibbles, but no bites. I tried a little bit of ledge fishing and it didn't pan out. So you live, you learn. What I learned, I don't know, but you live, you learn. This little frog turns on itself. Pretty sure I'm lined. I'm in line just right. It's getting too gross. This is how my fish finder went out the last time. Going through this disgusting stuff, and then the fish finder went out. So we're gonna skirt out of this. See if I can't follow the trail that these guys just blazed through here. Saw a little dink swim by, so there's life here. But dinks aren't what we're after. Not at all. My chat wasn't updating, guys, so let me see what I missed here. Apparently I missed a lot. My bad. He's back. Point break with frogging. About to. Sweet. White frog in the house. You're gonna love it. How do we do on the first stream? Not quite a white frog, but should work. Gone fishing. The movie Gone Fishing and do nothing but recite movie quotes. How to break out the topwater mouse. Oh, the rat. Snook learned something today. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to clean off this. I had these from the first time when I went to go look for rage toads. We ain't looking for no white frog, dog. We're looking for a rage toad because that's our go-to. That's our go-to bait when we're in muck like this. That rage toad. I only had one of them. We were able to catch off that rage toad, but the GTO didn't have any more. So, you know, life. I had to go with what they had. And all they had was the ribbit. So we're gonna try it. They did have some rage toads, but they were in black. So, kind of weird to me, but whatever. They also said that they don't carry those. Buy them. I was like, bro, am I not people? I am people, you know? Or at least a person. But I'm part of people. I mean, the least they can do is stop. And then when they go on sale, I'll buy them all. You know, they're not gonna lose out. Huh. A little dink hit me. Look, didn't go in. Weird. All right. Oh, what are you guys watching? I'm casting in front of me, so. Sorry, bros. Yeah, I don't know if there's big ones in here, but there are definitely dinks swimming around. There went one right there. Muchos dinks. Still on? Good. Survived the first round. That noise apparently means that my phone is not on vibrate, but a comment was placed somewhere on the channel. Probably in the 2.3K subscriber giveaway. Where we're at, homies. 2.3K subscriber giveaway video. All you got to do is be a subscriber and put a comment in the 2.3K subscriber giveaway video, and you'll be entered to win a $100 Bass Pro Shop gift card. Drawing will be done, I believe, May 30th at 5 p.m. Central. It's that easy. I was reading Woody's comment. I mean, he's glugging, but nobody wants a piece of him. And with that, Froggy, your journey ends. Forget about it. We're out of here. You gave it a good old college try, Froggy, but that was nothing. Let's move out of here. Autobots, roll out. Bro, this grass does drive a person crazy. Let me show you guys something. This is all this gorilla right here. Swamp Thing. All rolled up on the trolling motor. Hopefully my chonies didn't show, bros, because all right. That should have been the most froggy areas ever. So when we go to our next area, I will switch to the chatterbait, and then we will see. Got to raise the motor now. There's also grass on the motor. All right, guys, if you guys hear a splash, that will be inside the water as I try and get this grass off of this motor, at least a portion of it. I've got one arm down. This is why we do push-ups unlimited, so we could do one arm on the power pole and reach with our other arm in order to get all that grass off. But yet somehow we slipped on the seat and almost fell into our seat. But it is what it is, guys. should get deeper out here. And we should be able to lower our motor. All right. Still a lot of grass. Now I think everything out here is just gonna have a lot of hydrilla. Yo, Snazook, what are you gonna do if somehow YouTube, the AI, all of a sudden learns whatever you refer to your language as? What are you gonna do then, bro? Clearly nobody sprayed this area for grass. All right, dude, so at some point tomorrow, we will be changing our lower unit lube, our gear oil, whatever you want to call it. All right, the temperature in this water, based on this reading, is 82.5 degrees. Oh, the OGs will remember. They'll remember this island right here. If you're an OG, you know about this island. Let's just see how grassy it got in here since we've been gone. All right, there's a little bit of grass on here. Let us put the OG back on. The OG. I should get my water while I'm here. My pants are falling off, bros. I'm disappearing. I'm like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future. I'm starting to disappear. Ah. We will be ending this Rodcast on the area that we caught that BBL, assuming there's nobody there. Because that's the area that I have the most confidence in around here. I think that's good enough. Creel, this is a retie, but not an actual retie. I'm just tying a new bait on, so I don't think this can count as a retie. At least it shouldn't count as a retie, but I don't know. Yo, Colin, I would suggest to you, if you are going to throw some kind of a jerk shad, I would suggest that you throw the caffeine. Gangster. Here we go. Right now we are in 10 feet of water and in the grass, apparently. Oh, so there wants to be grass everywhere. We got an osprey up above us in the nest. And I think these other ones are demo cormorants. Usually I let my bait hit the bottom, but I'm thinking grass here to do. It definitely looks like there is a lot of grass here. So we'll slow roll it and let it work its way back to us, but there is a lot of grass down there. Que pues, grass everywhere. I guess we're just gonna have to learn to fish in the grass. Ah. This water is very clear over here, not like the other water that I was seeing. Adulting, bro? Peace out, Woody. Appreciate you showing up. Hopefully you enjoy your adulting. Remember that song, Adulting We Will Go. I would like to throw into these areas with something on the bottom, but I know that I'm gonna get all grassed up. I can see it. I guess we just gotta make it work. I can see the grass on the side right there. I can't tell if it's eel grass, but it's some kind of grass. Lone Star, what up? All right, we are in 8 feet of water. Oh. All the big commotion is a bunch of blue heron or something like that. They're in a nest. They're having a lover's quarrel. The rest of that stuff, I don't see anything. All right, I'm gonna toss something out there. I'm gonna see if there's any, how far that grass goes out. It's very sporadic. I don't like it. How does she know that I would have the mental acuity for Jeopardy? Old school. The catching is great. I caught two on the rod on. I caught two, bro. I mean, one was a 4-pounder, but that was it. We're fishing a new part of the lake. Well, let's not say new, a different part of the lake than we usually fish. We fish this in the winter or earlier time frame, but we have not come up here in a long time, so things have changed, and we just gotta adapt. It'll probably take us a little while to figure out how to adapt, but we definitely adapt. Well, Dennis, tell your wife that I appreciate that compliment. But the problem with Jeopardy for me, bro, is that it takes me a long time to read the clues. So when I read the clues, so me and the moderator, we'll play Jeopardy against each other, right? Just to have a reason to argue with each other, apparently. But we'll play Jeopardy against each other, and we had to institute a rule that she couldn't read the answers, and I wouldn't either. But that's because the speed at which she reads, she would already know, like she would already be guessing, and I'd be all like, the Roman Empire, and then, or Julius Caesar, and or whatever the case was, and then it was all like, okay, what is the dude who ruled the Roman Empire? Like, she reads fast, bro. Fast. I mean, I am somewhat envious of her ability to read that fast. I would even venture to say that I would read more if I could read that fast. But because I got to read like a freaking turtle, like I'm talking about, that's why sometimes when I read the chat, I'm all like, what'd that say? When I'm reading it, it takes forever. I mean, dude, I would read if it wouldn't take me a month to read a book probably of 100 pages. And it's not that I can't read. Bros, I can sort of read, but like when I read, I got to make sure that I understand what I'm reading, especially like on a fictional book. I'm like, okay, bros, it's cool that I read like 400 people's names, but I don't know who they are. I can't put a face to them. So how am I supposed to remember these guys? Because I don't want something pivotal to be, in the story, and then it'll be all like, Tom Williker did this. And then I'll be like, okay, who's Tom Williker? Nobody knows. And then at the end of the story, it's all like, oh, Tom Williker was innocent. And I'll be like, who is Tom Williker? Or whatever the name is, you know what I'm saying? It's just very, very frustrating. That's why me and books, we don't get along. And it's not like I have dyslexia or anything like that, and that slows me down. It's like I read the sentence, and I'm like, okay, do I understand this sentence? Yes. Let's go forth. Then I read the next sentence. Okay, well, how does that sentence go along with what I just read? And here we are, 30 minutes later, on the same page, trying to figure out what the heck I just read. But I'm just assuming that that was God's way of saying, okay, bro, I don't need you reading every book on the planet and increasing your knowledge. I just need you to read one book, and that's my book. And I was like, yes, sir. Good Lord, I hear you. Oh, dudes, I also found that the mag dizzies, I can put an O-ring on it. The Dizzy Diamonds, I can't use an O-ring. So those guys are going to get torn to shreds every time. This is the part where I'm supposed to say my mom, but the only time I've been tested, bro, is when the car hit me. Then they definitely had to test me to be all like, all right, does this guy still function? And some would say he doesn't, but I think the doctors gave me a bill, well, they gave my parents the actual bill, but a bill of good mental acuity